The full moon bathed the Shaolin temple courtyard in silver light. The air was thick with the scent of incense and aged stone. The only sounds the distant chirping of night crickets and the slow, measured breaths of two warriors. Master Liang, a disciple of the Praying Mantis style, stood with his hands raised, fingers curled like hooked claws. His movements were light and fluid, his stance shifting subtly like a leaf in the wind, ready to strike at the slightest opening. Across from him, Master Wei crouched low, his arms poised in the deadly arcs of the scorpion style. His stance was tight, coiled, every muscle tense like the venomous predator he mimicked. "You have dishonored the temple, Wei," Liang said, his voice calm but unwavering. "Our teachings are meant for balance, for protection. Yet you use your skill for greed and power." Wei smirked, his dark eyes gleaming like polished obsidian. "Balance," he scoffed. "Balance is an illusion. Power is the only truth. Let us see if your mantis can survive the sting of the scorpion." Wei struck first. With terrifying speed, he lunged forward, his fingers stiffened into a sharp, spear-like thrust aimed at Liang's throat. It was a killing blow. But Liang was already moving. He shifted slightly to the side, his body flowing effortlessly, avoiding the strike by the width of a breath. With a flick of his wrist, he snapped his fingers against Wei's attacking arm, striking a nerve point and forcing him to recoil. The scorpion was relentless. He twisted low, sweeping his leg in a powerful arc to knock Liang's feet from under him. But Liang leaped just in time, flipping over the attack and landing lightly a few feet away. Wei snarled, charging again with a flurry of rapid strikes, his arms mimicking a scorpion's claws, his fingers stabbing like a deadly stinger. Liang weaved through the attacks, his movements precise and efficient. He countered with sudden, whip-like strikes to Wei's ribs and shoulders, disrupting the rhythm of his assault. Each impact was small but calculated, wearing Wei down bit by bit. Frustrated, Wei took a step back and changed his approach. He clenched his fists and struck the ground hard, sending a shockwave of dust into the air. Liang's vision blurred for an instant, just long enough for Wei to launch his deadliest attack. He lunged forward with his full weight, his hand poised in a downward stabbing motion, aimed straight for Liang's heart. But the mantis was faster. At the last second, Liang sidestepped, catching Wei's wrist mid-strike. With a swift, controlled motion, he twisted the arm backward, forcing Wei to his knees. Before the Scorpion Master could react, Liang delivered a final, precise strike to the center of his chest, a sharp jab to the solar plexus. Wei gasped, his breath escaping him in a shuddering choke as his body collapsed to the ground. Liang stood over him, his stance relaxed but his eyes sharp. "Strength without wisdom is nothing, Wei. You let anger control you, and that is why you lost." Wei groaned, struggling to sit up. His pride burned hotter than his bruises, but deep inside, he knew Liang was right. After a long moment, he lowered his head in acknowledgement. The scorpion had been tested, and the mantis remained the master of the night.